Hey friends, what's up? This is a college essay the Ivies absolutely loved. I'm going to walk you through step by step why it worked so well, what you can learn if you're writing your own personal statement, and where this student got in and didn't, and how much money they got. Side note, I don't love putting Ivies in the titles of my videos because I think they're kind of overemphasized and there's so many other awesome schools that you can get into. But I put Ivies in here because yes, this student did get into the Ivies, and because, let's be real, it's probably why you clicked on the video anyway. Here goes. Here's the essay. The United States is under attack. My eyes widened, listening to the words coming from the speaker. The nuclear missile program has been compromised, and you're now locked in the presidential bunker, moments away from war. That doesn't sound good. You have 60 minutes to disarm the missiles. Good luck. The fate of the world is in my hands. Okay, I love this opening because she's using a hook, yes, but for me, a great hook is one that raises a question in our minds. And in this case, a few questions come to mind. First of all, wait, is the US under attack? Secondly, is the fate of the world in your hands? And then also, generally, what is happening? What is going on here? And if I'm wondering those things and I'm intrigued, that's a pretty good hook. Second paragraph. The fate of the world isn't actually in the hands of a 17-year-old girl, I hope. This is just the name of the game when it comes to escape rooms. Now, I love that she mentions her topic, which is, by the way, escape rooms, in the first sentence of her second paragraph. I think that's a beautiful place to put it, and she puts it at the end of her first sentence there. No, sorry, at the end of her second sentence there, and that's a great place to put it because even if the reader's skimming, you've got it there early on. She says, I first suggested that my family attempt one when we started encountering communication issues. So she answers, well, why are you even in escape rooms? Now they're the tradition that brings us closer, allowing us to learn more about each other in a mind-bending way. However, the lessons I've taken from escape rooms extend much further than this. Okay, a beautiful thing she's done here, where in the first paragraph, she asks us a question. First paragraph, she asks a question or raises a question in our minds, and we're like, oh, okay, what's going on here? And then in the second paragraph, she kind of answers the question where she's like, this is what's happening, I'm in an escape room. But she raises an even larger question. In this case, what are the lessons that you've learned through escape rooms? A question that will take us through to the end of the essay. This is a classic screenwriting structure, tool, strategy technique, and it works beautifully here. So, what are some of these lessons? Third paragraph. The instant the timer starts ticking downwards, my eyes dart left and right. 60, 59, 59. Any of the various items meticulously placed around the treehouse's setting could serve as a vital puzzle piece. My analytical mind not only helps plan my getaway in an escape room, but also enables me to look after my community. Chef's kiss, beautiful transition, because she basically at the first part of the sentence mentions the thing that she's been talking about, and then she segues to talk about the thing she's going to talk about next, and does it on the final word of that sentence. Community. Living in Chicago's South Side, but attending a school near downtown, let me witness firsthand the disparities regarding funding and profitability between startups created by minorities in my predominantly African American community and non-minorities in the financial district. So she's doing a nice job of raising, there's a problem, there's a question here, there's a challenge. So this is a mini version of creating a little hook. What does she do about it? She says, this observation prompted me to develop an entrepreneurship program that introduces Black girls to resources needed to create their own businesses. Being Black, she says, is a substantial part of my identity, so it's important for me to see others of a similar complexion in a position to make a difference. I love that she answers so what there. I strive to make others feel represented, and my ability to analyze situations to create opportunities allows me to do this. So she connects it back to the original value. Okay, there's so much to love about this paragraph. First of all, notice how she doesn't dwell too long on the topic, aka escape rooms. Think of it this way. Your topic isn't actually your topic. Wait, what? Okay, your topic is you for your personal statement. Your topic, aka escape rooms, is actually the lens that you're using to allow the reader to see into your world. I'm swimming through, I don't know, a lens. I think I'm swimming through the camera lens doing that. Now, when you do that, you don't need to dwell on escape rooms because the reader honestly doesn't care so much about escape rooms. They care about your values, skills, qualities, what you're going to bring to the college campus. So notice that she has just a couple sentences before she segues from the topic, escape rooms, to this quality of helping her community. She talks about this value, and then she gives lots of specifics on how she's manifested this value, helping others, in her community. So when you mention a value, follow it up, if you can right away, with some specifics, so we see that you've actually embodied, developed that value, and you're gonna bring it to a college campus. Next, she answers why this matters to me. I love this. So when you talk about a thing that you love, talk about why you love it. Why is it important to you? In this case, it was nice for her to show some qualities that colleges are really into, like initiative, she's willing to start things, change making, she wants to make a difference in the world, and also inclusion. Oh, there's another one, representation. So these are all qualities colleges love, love, love to see. And again, she's doing it through specific examples. Next paragraph. The door to a second room pops open. 3628, 3627. Escape rooms spark a sense of curiosity that I couldn't imagine gaining elsewhere. Upon entering the Wizard of Oz, I'm left wondering how the trees placed before me are programmed to blink in Morse code. This curiosity, new value, extends into other aspects of my life. Bless you, second, at least, chef's kiss. Leading me to question, for example, how Bernoulli's principle permits objects to levitate through air currents despite seemingly unbalanced forces. Now, this is an example, side note, of what I call geeky language, where she's basically like, yeah, I know some stuff about some stuff, and she's sprinkling in a little bit into her essay. Or, she writes, what the greatest possible length for a straw is. Parentheses, after dragging a tube-like model up 3 flights of stairs, I can confidently say 32 feet. Beautiful use of humor there. The creative facet of escape rooms also triggers my innovative spirit, new value. Give me some examples, right? That's what we're hoping for. She says, though time-consuming, I enjoy scouring leftover craft supplies to find popsicle sticks for my latest Rube Goldberg machine because it allows me to experiment with creating systems to solve everyday tasks. 2 things she's doing beautifully there. Number 1, she mentions the new value, innovative spirit, and then the specifics from the Rube Goldberg, actually 3 things. Then she answers why. Why is this important to her? It allows her to experiment with creating systems to solve everyday tasks. And you don't know it yet, but she's actually setting up the end of the essay. By letting my thoughts run wild, she says, and engaging in clever endeavors, I gain a feeling of satisfaction, knowing that someday the product of my doing will impact a project expanding beyond myself. Second hint at what she's going to do in the future. We'll get to that in just a minute. What's working well here? Again, she's got a value, in this case, curiosity, but what she's doing here, she's giving us some new information about how this value manifests in her life, and she's giving specifics. She's also got that value of innovation that comes through with specifics. She's got a little bit of humor. By the way, you don't have to be funny in your essay, but if you're funny or you see funny things in the world, it's not a bad idea to bring it in there because colleges are wondering, yes, who are you beyond the numbers, and do you have a sense of humor? The final sentence, again, answers so what, just in a lovely way. The last room looms, she writes. 201. 2. I don't always escape the rooms in time. Nice little vulnerability. The museum heist is an example. Ultimately, the challenge of squirming through vents and deactivating lasers triumphed over me. Yet, I left grateful knowing I'd be better prepared for our next puzzle. Okay, she's setting something up here. Can you guess what she's setting up? What's the value here? This is a representative example of something. So think of that. If you're using a topic that's a little bit uncommon, which I'm going to suggest you do, how is this a representative example of something larger in your life? Check it out. And I've worked hard to not let other setbacks deter me. Tell me more. I was crushed after finding out I didn't advance to nationals in my freshman year of Business Professionals of America, but after tweaking my presentation with the feedback provided, I emerged stronger the following year, earning 2nd place. I approach every situation eager to participate, willing to fail, and determined to grow because each experience enables me to seek improved solutions moving forward. I mean, so good. Eager to participate, willing to fail, and determined to grow. Just great. She ends this by saying, I've learned that success comes with roadblocks, but outcomes are even more satisfying with a story to tell. Yes! This is at least the 3rd chef's kiss moment. I should probably be counting them. But essentially, why I love this so much is that we don't know where this sentence is going. We think maybe, she says, I learned that success, we're like, is this gonna be like a quote poster moment? Comes with roadblocks, but are you gonna say that it's all about the journey or something like that? But outcomes are even more satisfying with a story to tell? Yes, true, you're speaking to my life. I love this. And it's surprising. When you're thinking about your insights, can you come up with something a little bit unpredictable, something that wouldn't expect? And if you have any thoughts that what you're about to say is gonna maybe work well on one of those, you know what I'm talking about, those posters, these? Yeah, I don't do that. Or if it's gonna end up at the end of a Hallmark card, it's all about the journey, or something, just basically go, okay, stop the car, what could I say that might surprise the reader even just a little bit? A new value here, resilience. Colleges love to see that. More qualities the college love to see. Also that insight at the end. Here's the close. I'm ready to enter the next stage of my life as an engineer. Nice reveal. That's what she was setting up. With the insights that escape rooms have given me. Maybe I'm prepared to have the fate of the world in my hands. After all. Love the humor. Bring on the figurative missiles. Yes, yes, yes. So again, she's ending with humor. There's lightness. She's like, besides my great grades and test scores, which she doesn't necessarily emphasize, she lets those speak for themselves. She's like, I'm somebody with humor, with personality, and oh, by the way, I'm going to crush it as an engineer. Now, side note, you don't have to necessarily mention your future major at the end of your personal statement. In fact, I like that she doesn't go into details about it. She mentions it briefly, which is great, and then she leaves the details for her supplemental essays, which is to say, the other essays that she'll need to write for specific colleges. Now, I'm going to give you the recap, but before I do, quick side note that this was a student who took my summer courses on the personal statement and application and supplemental essays, and went step by step through the process, and it worked out super well for her. But I will say that in my courses, I'm going to give you lots and lots of tools and resources, and if you are a smart, enterprising student and you go through the steps and you do the homework, hey, it could turn out that your application is better than it would have been without, at least, and maybe even really awesome, and I don't know, could end up in a YouTube video. Also, a quick side note, if you want one-on-one help, we do that too, even for students who can't afford it through our Matchlighters program. Links below. All right, what can you learn from this essay? Number one, consider brainstorming an uncommon topic, which is to say, not like a common extracurricular or a common sport or something like that. I'm talking about something that you love and know a lot about, and that you can connect to lots of different sides of yourself. The second thing I'll say is raising a question at the start and making the reader wonder where you're headed is a great way to go. Yes, this is like writing a hook, but essentially, think about this. If you raise a question at the start, make sure that you don't answer it in the second paragraph without asking a new question that takes us to the end of the essay. The third is show values, and not just that, connect the values to specific instances of how they've manifested in your life so we can see that yes, you've truly gained this skill or quality or value and you're going to bring it to the college campus. Finally, insights are so lovely, especially at the ends of your paragraphs. And by that I mean something that actually surprises us, something that's unexpected, not something that you would find on a Hallmark card. Now, in case you're curious, that student was accepted into all of her early action schools except for a Northeastern deferral. Sad face emoji, she wrote me. She was accepted into USC, interviewed for the full scholarship, Georgia Tech, Michigan, UIUC, got into the University of Miami with a $25K a year scholarship, and then got into Washington University in St. Louis, and then in regular decision got into Columbia, Penn, Yale, Northwestern, UCLA, Berkeley, USC with a half tuition plus engineering scholarship that basically added up to full tuition. Absolutely crushed it. But what I'll say to you is, first of all, let me say to this student, thank you for allowing me to use your essay as an example. Thank you for working so hard and doing everything that it took to get into these schools, everything besides the essay that sets you up for a great process and to get into these schools. And for those of you who are going through the process, we've got lots more at collegeessayguy.com. If all of those tips were too much to remember, don't worry, because here's the recap that you can take a screenshot of. See you soon. Bye.